Debut na sa S+A ang kakaibang reality-based TV show na para sa mga Pinoy motorsports enthusiasts. Pinalabas itong Huwebes ang premiere ng Garahista, kung saan kailangan makabuo ng race car ang mga contestants gamit ang limited budget at ang nabuo nilang kotse ang ilalaban nila sa race. Now for more on Garahista, kasama natin ngayon ang isa sa mga host ng show, si Milo Rivera. Good evening, Milo. Thanks for joining us in the score.
Thank you for having me.
Alright, tell us about this unique concept. Nung una ko na dinig, sabi ko ba, ibang-iba ito from the usual motoring shows where they, you know, show off the new cars, the fancy cars, and the new features. Pero ito, you're working with old cars at yung diskarten pa. Pag-usapan natin kung paano nabuo yung konsepto ng show na to. Paano ito naisip?
Well, it all started when we wanted to feature some talyers nga, so to speak.
Okay.
Na how they build their cars from scratch, yung creativity ng Pinoy. And then we eventually thought about it, why don't we make it into a reality show, a competition?
Okay.
Yung pagalingan talaga ng creativity ng mga tao.
Okay.
So, which us Filipinos have. So, the show will showcase what these guys have to offer given certain limitations.
Right. So, mayroon kayong inalat na budget for all these teams and binigyan nyo sila ng medyo bugbog na second-hand car. Paano ba yan? Anong klase mga kotse ito at saka ano yung budget na pinag-uusapan natin?
Well, we're talking of 1.3 displacement cars.
Okay.
So, maliliit lang na engines.
Alright.
And they come from around the 90s era, early 2000s. So, we have Toyota Corollas, Mitsubishi Lancers, Mazdas, the works. And they have their own types of problemas, so to speak. And these guys, the challenge of these guys is to make sure that their cars are working perfectly come race time.
Alright. And nabanggit mo ng mga brands and mga models yun naman yung kadalasan maraming parts din naman sa mga ating car shops. And nabanggit mo kanina, talking off-air, Banawe, ang isa sa mga pinuntahan nila para mag-shopping. Kamusta yun? Kamusta yung part na yun in terms of how challenging is it for them to work with a budget and try to find the best parts that they need for their car?
Well, that again is like what their strategy is all about.
Okay.
You know, some of the guys will work on the engine, some of the guys will work on the lightening, to the maintenance, and bala sila. You know? And that's what adds fun to the show. Like they were adventuring around Banawe, and I have to say, you know, ang kukulit na mga utak. Gawin natin yan, gawin natin to. So,
on the fly.
On the fly sila.
So wala silang master plan na may shopping list and then takbo tayo, let's buy this. And things were happening on the fly.
Yeah, because the bunutan ng mga cars happened on the day of the shopping spree.
Yun din yun.
So pag nung nabunot nila yung cars nila, shit, ito pa rin gagawin namin.
Yun na yan.
So, on the fly, they strategized, they knew their budget, they knew how much time they had, and you know, they made it work.
Wow, okay. And then, apparently, there's even the building of the car, adding these new parts that they needed. Meron pang time pressure.
Yeah.
That's something I'm sure they've never encountered. Not unless they have a client na demanding, kailangan ko yung kotse ko ngayon na kasi may data ko, di ba? Normally, they'll work at their own pace na kaya nila. Pero paano nyo naisip na ganyan yung element ng time pressure in terms of actually building the car?
Well, it's also a test of, you know, their strategy. So again, and a lot of these guys have come from the racing industry.
Yeah.
So they practically know what they're doing naman.
Okay.
So, since alam na nila anong gagawin dito, more or less, bibigyan namin sila ng time pressure para mas mangarag naman sila.
Correct.
And it's all part of the challenge.
And in any reality show, yun yung beauty ng pressure kasi lumalabas yung personalities. Napansin nyo na ba yun? Medyo nagkakainisan within the team, things like that, with what pressure gives?
Well, yeah, di natin may iwasan yung mga yun, but as we go through the shows, makikita pa nga natin, may mga sayawan pa sila in the middle of the build. You know, something to keep themselves up because it was a 30-hour straight build. Walang tulugan.
Walang tulugan.
Walang tulugan.
Oh my. Oh.
So, a lot of these guys were trying to make ways to keep themselves up.
Wild. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's the building part. And then, after this, syempre, that's why you're building cars to race. You're gonna race it, right?
Yeah.
So, what's it gonna be like? I don't know at what stage you are in shooting the show. Kung nakarera na ba nila ito mga to. Pero, what are these teams like in terms of when you put them together? Who are gonna be racing it? And part of the team din yun, kung sino magmamaneho and all that. So, what's that like?
So, part of the teams of 3 to 5, we have 2 guys who will be driving the cars for these races. The 4 racing challenges are drag and slalom racing.
Okay.
After that first round, we will cut them down to 4 teams. And then they'll be taking on the racetracks na, so you have time attack, circuit racing.
Okay.
And part of those challenges is to be able to set up those cars in terms of what kinds of races they'll be in.
Okay.
So may mga point system yan, and every race is always important.
Galing. Okay. Now, you've been in the motoring industry for quite some time. Anong feedback na kuha mo from the motoring fans out there in terms of seeing something different, or at least before it aired, hearing about something different is going to be tackled in a motoring show?
Well, mas nagulat sila na, Milo, you're a host?
Okay, that's one.
They're used to me behind the wheel. They're used to me driving, racing around. And then, you know.
Pero may rest back ka, si Joy Spring, may kasama ka.
Yeah, so she's the one saving me from all the hiya on the camera.
Okay.
But it's a new thing for me, and I'm very excited for everything that's about to happen.
Okay.
You know, these guys have already built their cars. They've already raced.
Okay.
And you know, we'll see on the next episode sino yung matitira.
All right. And what's it bringing out of them in terms of the competitive spirit? It's one thing to race, brings out that competitive spirit. It's another thing to do everything, to build, to plan, and now competition is part of it.
Yeah. Well, it brings camaraderie within themselves, not just within the team, but also within each competitor.
Right.
You know, they may be magkakalaban on the racetrack and on the building area, but we'll see on the upcoming shows na pagpagod na sila, lahat yun nga, sumasayaw. Hindi lang sila magkakampi, pati magkakalaban, nagbo-ballroom pa eh. So, one thing we want to show the community is the good bonding we have in motorsports.
Yeah,
it's not just about who comes out first.
Right.
It's really more of being together with a certain group of people and sharing the same passion.
Agree. Very well said. All right. Now, I want to give this chance. Invite the audience out there to catch Garahista. When? We know where, but tell us when, what time. Go ahead.
Well, thank you guys for watching the first episode of Garahista, which was yesterday. But it will be a once-a-week show every Thursdays at 10:30 p.m. right after the score.
All right.
On ABS-CBN Sports in Action. And hope you guys enjoy everything that happens on four wheels alongside my co-host, Joy Spring. And we'll be having 7 teams who'll be racing, building their cars, and trust me, they'll be having fun doing it.
All right, and I'm already looking forward to the fun watching it as well. So thanks, Milo. All the best.
Thank you so much.
And then we can't wait to see the episodes of Garahista here in S+A. Salamat. Thank you.
Hi guys, keep watching The Score for the latest sports updates, and don't forget to subscribe to the ABS-CBN Sports in Action YouTube channel.